and welcome to Totally Abstracted. I'm your host Michelle, and today I want to discuss the idea of painting emotions. Yesterday I painted a piece where I tried to translate my emotions onto paper, choosing colours and textures that reflected what I was feeling. I wanted peace, so I reached for soft blues, muted teals, and gentle, airy marks. But as I was selecting my paints, I also found myself drawn to warmer, bolder colours, splashes of pink, coral, hints of deep violet. At first I didn't think much about it and finished preparing my palette and started to paint. But later it hit me. What if, instead of painting what I thought I was feeling, my painting was actually showing me what I was feeling? Something a bit deeper. And that's what I want to explore today. How our art can act as a mirror, revealing emotions we aren't consciously aware of. Instead of setting out to express something specific, what if we just fully let our colours, textures and marks guide us and then step back to see what they have to say? You know how sometimes you start a painting with one idea in mind, but it takes on a life of its own? That's because our choices, our colours, our movements, even the pressure we apply, are often led by something deeper than we realise. So when I thought I was painting for calm, my colour choices told a slightly different story. The soft blues were there, but the brighter, warmer tones were almost like my subconscious nudging me, telling me I needed more energy, more warmth, more movement. And that's the thing. Art doesn't just reflect what we think we feel. It taps into something deeper. Sometimes it reveals emotions we haven't quite put into words yet. There's a reason certain colours and textures evoke feelings in us. It's not just a matter of aesthetics. Colour and mark making are deeply tied to emotion. Cool blues and soft teals, often linked to calm, but also distance, quietness, or even longing. Deep reds and burnt oranges, passion, energy, but sometimes restlessness or frustration. Heavy textures and bold strokes, they can signal confidence, but also urgency or need to be heard. And what about soft blending and delicate marks? Maybe a search for comfort, nostalgia, or even a moment of stillness. So when you paint without overthinking, when you let your intuition lead, you might actually be communicating with yourself in a way the words never quite manage. So how do you tap into this? How do you let your art reveal something instead of forcing it? The key, I think, is to let go of the need to control the outcome. Here's something you can try. Next time you sit down to paint, don't plan. Just pick colours instinctively. Go with what you're drawn to in the moment. Start making marks without a goal. Let your hand move naturally, whether it's sweeping, scraping, dabbing or pressing hard. Step back halfway through and ask yourself, what am I seeing? How does this feel? And at the end, look at the painting and ask, what was I actually expressing here? You might be surprised by what it tells you. I think about this a lot when I look back on my own work. Some paintings feel like a direct reflection of what I was feeling at the time. Others surprise me, like they were holding a message I wasn't ready to see until later. And sometimes art helps us process emotions we didn't even realise were bubbling under the surface. It's like a conversation with yourself, but instead of words, it's colour, movement and texture. So if you've ever finished a painting and felt like it meant something, even if you couldn't quite put your finger on what that was, well, maybe that's why. Your art is always speaking. The question is, are you listening? So here's my challenge for you this week. Paint without a plan. Don't think about what you're trying to say, just create. Choose colours and marks intuitively. And when you're done, take a step back and ask, what does this painting tell me about what I'm feeling? Let your art reveal something to you. You might be surprised by what you discover. And if you try this, I'd love to hear about it. Come share your experience in my Abstract Horizons community where we explore abstract landscapes together. The link is in the description. Thank you for spending this time with me on Totally Abstracted. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future ones. And until next time, trust your instincts Let your art lead the way and keep things totally abstracted.